Do you have any regrets? And what we want to do is, yes, of course, we wouldn't do that now. And we also have to look at why we did what we did at some point. And you find it was always because we thought it would bring us happiness in some way. And we're doing something that would prevent what we call future failure, future lack, limitation, death, pain, suffering, they say. That if you, what we want to be is conscious. We want to turn ourselves on. So my topic would really be turn yourself on. And we've been on off. And when we're on off, that means we've been running in the unconscious, from the unconscious. And that's why it's important to know what is in your unconscious and make it conscious, and then you can eliminate it. And it's just like even a magic spell. When you know the spell of the magician, it doesn't work because you could perceive it as it really is. So to turn ourselves on, we have to be willing to be conscious. And that to me is like a product of repetition. Anything that we want to become good at, that means expert, we do it repetitively. Like some people are miserable because they are repetitively miserable, and they affirm they're miserable. They talk about, and then it's like this plague, because you're saying you are miserable when you're a divine being, and your nature is pleasure, and you are the pleasure of God. Really? So to turn yourself on, you have to know what the symptoms of being off are, because a lot of people think, well, they are on, but are we conscious? And are we deliberate in our actions? Okay. And the more we do something, the better we become at it. Like complaining, or always, see, with the program called "You Want More," that means more of the pain, more of the suffering, more of the this, more of the that. We're agreeing to it. Like people say, oh, well, yeah, he's got Alzheimer's, he's old, that happened. Like, really, is that what happens? There's a cause of that. You don't treat the symptoms, you go eliminate the cause, the symptoms will disappear because they're not happening anymore. And oftentimes they're symptoms, and we begin to notice and perceive what they are. When you're in tune with your body and such, you notice if there's a glitch, or you need a little something here and there, and you time to look at, maybe it's a little bit more green stuff in your diet, and maybe it's a this or that, you see, because that's one of the great values of being vegetarian. It's so much more tasty in every way. It's so beautiful and oh my God, invigorating and such, and such a healthy, vital way. So anyway, when you turn yourself on, that means that you are perceiving and you are witnessing what's going on, and you're noticing your thoughts, where they come from, to notice how your mind operates. You notice how what's going on, what you're taught to believe is true, what isn't. You follow the money, where does that go? Why would anybody do that? See? And what we want to do, we turn ourselves on, is through repetition of what we really want. So it's like, for me, like, I don't go into a movie theater. Well, there's nothing I really want to see anymore anyway. But it was just such a confining thing, and the noise and the loudness and all this bombarded and the flashing. I said, I don't really want that. I don't want that. What am I going to go in there for? I don't really like that, want that. And you start to notice when you feel good and when you don't feel good. And you notice when the certain food you eat, what that does and what that doesn't do, and what you really desire. And you begin to take command of yourself. And instead, we're always trying to command somebody else to get them to change, or to get them to be the way we want, or so that we feel better and we feel good. And if this happened, and then we look at the past, well, it's their fault that happened. I'll never forgive them. And they brought me to this point, and they've ruined the best years of my life. And just stop. You're an eternal being. It's all now in your mind. This memory, simulations, reality. Do you live in your mind, or are you living in yourself? And then that spiritualizes what you call the mind, because in your state of being, you're experiencing yourself in the presence of others, and you're also connecting with people and the greatest gift is to grant beingness to others, to know who they are. Yeah. So that's our investment. That's what we put our energy into, our time, any of this that we have. Use it all to let go of worry, to get into the feeling of that that true sense of knowing that you are loved, the willingness to let go of all of the power we've placed in other people's opinions, what they want us to do, all their beliefs, all the stuff. It's like, here you get these poor little human beings, little spirit souls, who are really so kind and sweet and precious inside, especially little boys. Yeah. So precious. And then look at how people have been turning out as people. Why? They want more. Because you're not enough. That's the teaching. So to turn yourself on, just know and be who you are. And when those unconscious stuff comes, automatic responses, reactions, irritations, what the mind starts to say and figure it out, and I'm gonna get him, and I'm gonna da-da-da-da-da, because ha, I gotcha. Because it doesn't want to stop. But you, it's not in your realm. Because as you repetitively let yourself be in that state of getting the feeling all is well, how would you feel? For everyone. You think, well, how could I feel this? If others don't, how's that going to... No, you're feeling good helps others because you're not looking to get your good from exploiting them. Because you already have. Let yourself feel it. Let yourself be it. Give yourself the gift of yourself, the God presence. I call Divine Mother, Father God, call what you will. Call Radha and Govinda. I call up my divine self, my beloved partners. They do it all for me and for you. They're sweet.